Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name's Rix. I run a channel on systems thinking, productivity, AI tools, and building second brain systems. And I am here today at Make 25 to find out in person what is actually going on. What is the buzz about Make.com and this amazing community? Terminal. I'm at the airport. It's a tradition for me to have a beer of the local country of where I'm at on the way out of the airport. So cheers to that. Saúde. Okay, turns out I was at the wrong gate on my boarding pass, and now I've had to run to gate 18, but looks like we made it. Phew. I thought it was a bit eerily quiet down there. This looks more like it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. From the other place of the earth.
Yeah, a long way away. Lots of Portuguese in Australia though, actually.
Yeah?
No, I'm going to a conference in Munich.
Nice.
60.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Top Air Portugal. We kindly ask you to all electronic devices must be switched off.
Apparently, I have landed. It's now midnight here, and my hotel is quite some way away. It's the same distance to get, or the same time to get either an Uber or just catch the train. So I think I'm gonna go and try and find the train station. There's a train leaving soon, but I'm in this big empty airport and I have no idea where the station is, but I'm sure it's going to be somewhere around. That's how it is when you're traveling though, isn't it? You just got to be flexible. You've got to be nimble. And I have a feeling it's going to be freezing outside. I think it's like 6 degrees out there. I got eyes on it. The train is right there. Oh my gosh, look at this guy, by the way. What the hell? Look at him. Look at him. That guy loves a bloody frothy if I ever seen. It's so funny. Oh, trains. I think this is it. We made it. And it's freezing. It's freezing. I am outside my hotel, but I have encountered a slight problem. There's nobody there. It's probably like 2 a.m. in the morning, Munich time. And unfortunately, I'm pressing the doorbell and nobody is answering. So a little bit of a pickle here. I'm going to try and... The problem is I can't actually call because I've got data only and I don't have a German phone number. So I've got to try and work out a way that I can VoIP call and try and call reception. I've knocked. I've looked in here. There's nobody there. So wish me luck. Okay, so yesterday was amusing. I just got up. I did not get into my place last night, so I ended up having to find a hostel at like about 3 in the morning. The funny thing is they were actually messaging through booking.com to booking.com who was trying to cancel the booking at like 4 a.m, but then they wouldn't respond to me or message me or contact me to actually just let me in and help me get off the street. So apparently that booking is now cancelled, so we'll see. It's not showing as cancelled on my booking.com app, but hopefully I'm not going to double pay for accommodation. But can't stay there. That's just ridiculous. Imagine that. Imagine emailing at 4 a.m. rather than contacting a customer that's standing out in the street. I mean, honestly. But anyway, you can't let those things get in the way of having a good time. And it was quite interesting actually to be out in the street last night, seeing all the activity that was going on out there. And after this, I'm just going to go back to the hotel, my new hotel, freshen up a bit, pack my things, and I'm going to head out to the conference. Pulled up here at MakeWaves 2025. Just grabbed a little spot here. It's currently the networking drinks happy hours happening downstairs, but I do have a meeting at the moment. I'm working on some UIs for a client of mine. So when duty calls, got to take a call and get through some design. Didn't have the best day today. My booking.com got locked out of my hotel, obviously, so that's a bit of a bummer. And then I tried to get there early today for that current thing. Obviously, didn't work out, but I was late because I got lost on the train. The trains in Germany, I find it's really hard to understand. So I got there a bit late, and then I was dealing with my booking.com stuff. So I'm really hoping to make up for it tomorrow, but I did manage to sneak onto the Make.com staff bus on their way to accommodation. So that's the Make team on the bus here. So don't tell anyone, but I'm here in the back, snuck on the bus. And I'm going to get to my accommodation from there. Traffic looks pretty bad. But I'm really hoping that tomorrow that we have a better day. Looks like there's a full day. 10:30 a.m. there is a keynote tomorrow with tomorrow morning with I think it's the CEO or the product managers. It's the Make team anyway. It's about the latest capabilities of AI automation and the new product updates for Make.com. So tomorrow we got to get there early, be in the Electra room for the keynote tomorrow morning at 10:30. So let's go tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Today, the guys just released a whole heap of product updates and some incredible stories of some of the things that are being built in Make. Come with me, let's go and check out what's been going down at the events, and I'll share with you some of the things that you'll be able to start implementing this week. Let's go. I like these.
Largely, many of the folks that work here at Make, spending all year working in the office, on their projects, driving forward their products, driving forward all the different things they're working on. And to finally have the chance to come together, connect with all of our customers, connect with the whole community and bring them all to life. It's so exciting to be able to reveal them in this beautiful venue and to our beautiful community. When you're new to automation, when you're trying to work out how to get value from AI, sometimes you just need a helping hand. We know there's a bit of a learning curve, especially today as people are getting to grips with all kinds of new tools, all kinds of new possibilities. And there's nothing quite like coming together with real people in a beautiful place like this to understand what's really possible, get caught up to the very cutting edge and explore together. We've already got events planned in more than 40 locations. So we're going to be working with local folks on the ground and a combination of local folks and also Make team members who are going to be traveling around the world to come and meet people where they are and help them get up to speed with the very latest in terms of AI and automation if they've been at it for a while, and also welcoming all of the new people who are discovering Make, the power of AI as well, into that world over the next couple of hours.
Thank you. Great. The auditorium is filling up. There's a bunch of people in here getting ready to find out about all the exciting things happening in with the Make product and automation in the AI space. So we'll be getting into that throughout the day.
Welcome to MakeWaves 2025. And for those of you who traveled, either from nearby or afar, welcome back to Munich. Or, if it's the first time for you in Munich, and you were hoping to make it to Oktoberfest in October, sorry to disappoint you.
The community coming together, this is where new ideas are getting created. This is where great minds exchange and innovate together. But also for me, it was super interesting today to see that people are on so different stages of their journey around adopting AI in their business. So that was also exciting. Those businesses that just come up with like a high-level strategy, let's do AI, they will now figure it out. I think the key lies in just finding very simple, concrete use cases. Get some first value and then scale and really track the ROI that you're creating. And just take it step by step, use case by use case. I would look for real pain points for like the process where you know you have a lot of cost, or you see that the customer satisfaction is not where you want it to be, and where you know if you would be faster or where you would be more efficient, you will either save money or create more value for the customers, create higher customer satisfaction. And you pick one of these pain points, you really go deep into the process, and you figure out how can you automate it, how can you bring AI to really solve the problem, and take it use case by use case.
This year we was the AI Partner of the Year 25.
Wow, congratulations.
Low code, we can build big transformation for big company, enterprise company.
And how did you get started? Have you got a coding background?
Oh, I have a nice story for this. We open a coffee roastery in Romania, and we start to roast beans for coffee because we don't like dark coffee like Italia. And we start to have people, to have marketing, accountants, staff, a lot of unprevisible things that we cannot manage yourself, and you don't have money when you are a starter. And we start to automate all things, and from 5 people, we end up with people half a day to only to check the orders. People need automation, not coffee. Or they need coffee to build automation.
Yeah. It's a closed loop.
And we start to sell automation before the AI.
Yeah.
And now with AI and now AI and automation that match perfectly, and we can build nice things. And what I want to say is, when we start this company, all people say you don't have any change to grow and to have enterprise clients, because low code is for small task for small company. But
what is the Make really capable of on an enterprise level? Like, like scale-wise?
Yeah, it's depending on your goal, the possibilities potentially limitless, because we have the customers with 20K employees and even more, right? So it depends literally on what you do in enterprise, because enterprise is a big, say, creature, right? That contains a lot of departments, contains a lot of business systems.
Complex.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like you go into, I don't know, like replace ERP with a Make only, and like you just get rid of ERP and will use Make for it, which is technically also possible, right? But you most probably want to do some simpler process. So it starts with the small steps. So you take the use cases. Nowadays we have even same AI or so that can you help, like you don't maybe even know the systems that they use or the processes that happen in a system, but you can even get the AI advice or ideas. So give me 10 most popular processes which enterprise departments say, I don't know, maybe you won't take finance department because it's complex to get into finance, but say marketing department struggle with, and give me 10 ideas. You get these 10 ideas, you build the use cases, you build portfolio, you build a YouTube video or something, and you go to niches, you go to your local market by language, by territory, by country, by, I don't know, like something could be some weird enterprise thing, maybe, I don't know, like a military or something that like people never even think on it, right? But all of them requires the automation. So you build this portfolio, you build these use cases, and then you approach your customers. Yeah. So that's how it happens.
That's what I've been doing. I started like mapping out all of their business processes.
Exactly.
And then I categorize them like, okay, which ones are the most highest priority in terms of which, if I solve these business problems, which one's going to buy us back the most time, or like minimize error, human error.
Yeah.
And that's and then I've just been choosing each one of those and just and building them out. Some are more complex than others. Some are,
Exactly. You can build some metrics like, how it calls ABC or something, and go with, for example, not only like a struggle, but say like a monetary value, time to market or implementation, resources requirements,
time,
and so on. Complexity, struggleness, and so on. And then find the sweet spot of 1, 2, 3. Categories or ideas and build.
I've been working on a lot of finance automations within Make, so I'm really interested in Xero and QuickBooks and connecting, like for instance, Xero's got an MCP server, connecting that to Make and seeing if there's a way to have a tool that like accounting professionals could use to be able to communicate with their finance data, and then add another layer on top of that to add some like charts and graphs, so they could say like, how are my clients doing this month? And then it can like chart out some revenues from the accounting data. Early days, I did use Zapier, maybe 10 years ago or so, running a IT training business. And there was just a lot of need for being able to take a Google form and then take the results from that form and send it to my colleague or send it to whoever was doing the hiring, or to email back the applicant and say, okay, we're reviewing your application. And that was kind of the first use cases. And then I evolved into saying, okay, how do I send emails from like Google Sheets to be able to use it as like a marketing tool? And then I just always had a desire to automate things, and then luckily I found out it was a struggle to learn Make, I must say. It wasn't that easy, but once I figured out one small thing with like some socials, and then I said, okay, well, what else can I do? I just got quite obsessed with it. The best customer success stories is when I get a message from a customer and he says, oh, well, this used to take us 2 days a week for 2 people, and now it takes us 10 minutes. So he says, well, you essentially saved me 2 people, 2 days a week, every week of the year. It's a lot of manpower that's getting reduced. And they're also working for the companies, but they're just doing roles that aren't repetitive, and they're doing more thought work and more exciting stuff that staff get a little bit more enthusiastic of. It's always exciting to see the updates and try to get them a little bit, the sneak previews into what's to be coming. That's usually not something that they put out everywhere. So I like to have that insider info. And I've met some interesting people. I came here just on my own and already feel like I've met a handful of new connections and new people from around the world. And yeah, you never know when those connections will come in handy or when you need a project that you need to collaborate on and you find someone, I remember there from Make. And yeah, it happens to be a bunch of like-minded folk where you can talk about MCP servers and you can talk about AI agents and you can talk about Google Sheets and everyone's like, oh yeah, I like that.
We started enhancing the MCP tools, the MCP server for Make more and Maya is using that as well. So the more we actually improve on the MCP, the more the Maya will be better as well.
You reckon Maya's going to be way more advanced?
Way more advanced. Definitely.
Because it's not the same underlying architecture. This is a different architecture and the Maya is built on a total different architecture. So Maya is agentic assistant, the one we have right now.
A lot of people say agentic though, but it's just like an LLM. That's not really.
So, well, the previous one uses LLM and then information.
Yeah.
But by what I mean agentic is Maya uses different agents, calls different functional agents to do different part of the scenarios.
Yeah.
So let's say you put in some kind of a solution that you want to get out. So first they introduce intent agent to get the intent of what you need. So to confirm, okay, is this what you meant?
Yeah.
And then it would call another agent to retrieve your information, like scenario org information, so that is it okay to build. And so it would use multiple agents within. Again, it's the background which does the remote work for you to get the on-screen real-time running. So it's actually run by the agent and not the functions. With the V1, it's the functions which is running it.
Got it.
If you ask, should I give this task to AI agent? It's like, I have this really smart intern in my company and you should look at the agent in the same way. It's like a really smart intern that can think for itself, it can be non-deterministic, and it can do stuff that you don't want to do and you wanna kind of manually, you wanna automate. And you just say what the agent is gonna do. So like, this is a support triage agent. This is what you do. This is the rules. This is the tools that you wanna use.
Yeah.
You want to do this because this can get really complex. The agent needs
context.
Yes, it's context. Context is king. Yeah. Context is king. This is where you actually set up rules, where you set up instructions, guardrails, where you also specify workflow. So the same way as you would get an intern. You don't just let him in and run amok. Exactly. You tell him what to do and you tell him exactly what to do. And then it can do it really, really well. But you need to tell it what to do. Usually when you do this, you start very simple. So you start with a simple task, you run it, you see where the error happened, and then you fix the error by fixing the prompt. You basically tell the agent what you want to do, and then it creates the whole structure for the agent for you. And then when you actually notice an error, instead of doing this yourself, you go to improve and you say, hey, this was the error that happened. Can you actually change the prompt so we can try again?
Yeah.
I think where Make is going to be really, really good and what we will be building towards is the orchestration of it. Because at this point, you are using single agents. But it's not going to be true in 2 years. In 2 years, it's going to be a team of agents.
Yeah, that's right.
And you will need to be able to orchestrate those.
So there you have it, guys. That conversation there about Maya, that pretty much sums up the event for me. It's pretty amazing that somebody with no technical capability in terms of development or coding skills can now actually get in there with voice. And if you've got an idea and enough creativity and enough persistence, you can actually bring your ideas to life just through your voice and just through a process of iteration, which Make will actually help you with. So just to sum it up, actually, I'm just back here in Lisbon. I watched the video, I've been editing it the last few days, and I realized that I had so much fun with the Make team at the end of the event that I didn't kind of do a wrap up or capture anything on the way out. So what Make's doing now, it isn't just adding features, it's actually reshaping how we interact with these tools and how we build AI agents and workflows. So the biggest takeaway that I got from that was the 3-pillar strategy that they've got, which is build, accelerate, and scale. So under build, it's all about speed and reuse, sub-scenarios, one-click sharing, and they've just updated the run real replay for testing and real data. Under accelerate, this is the next-gen AI agents and Maya, which is the co-builder that we talked about earlier, and you can literally chat while you design. And under scale, it's about visibility. So it's about their grid tool, Make Grid, and now which you can actually map your whole automation landscape in real time, which is going to be extremely valuable as these automations and these AI agents get really complex. We're going to be start to be creating multiple agents that will need to talk to each other. So you'll need somewhere to be able to overview and be able to see that. And the visual way that they've done that is pretty amazing. Together, those updates move us away from automating tasks and orchestrate a whole system or an ecosystem that actually thinks with us. The other thing that was really interesting was the perception that I had around Make that was just basically that it was for smaller businesses, smaller automations. But there's guys out there that I was meeting that are building massive automation ecosystems through Make on an enterprise level. So it's not just for small businesses and one-person businesses. I think there's a lot more capability with Make and to apply these automations and these systems to enterprise and large-scale organizations. So I very much am looking forward to exploring that with some of my clients. The funny thing is that this trip, that whole thing that happened with my booking, you know, booking.com and my hotel and their excuse of not having someone on the desk or not having a way for me to access the hotel. I mean, to me, that's just so inexcusable in 2025. I mean, I'm at an AI event where people are automating and building these complex workflows through this tool. And then there's this hotel that can't even organize an after hours way for me to get a key and get into the hotel. And I mean, it's like that was kind of a really interesting juxtaposition in reflection of where the world's going. And I think that those brands and those organizations that don't get on board, I mean, there's no excuse now. Making it so easy for people with no technical skill set to start working with and playing with these tools. So a bit of an interesting reflection there. But that was it for me at MakeWaves 25. This is my very first vlog. I will be adding more to the channel. Hopefully these will get better. I'm still learning everything. I'm still working out the audio and the camera stuff. And it's a little bit of a different thing to think about when you're capturing a story like that. So do stay with me. I'm going to be sharing the story of what I'm building in Africa. I'm heading over to Botswana in a couple of weeks, and we will be building out some Make automations in Botswana for a restaurant chain, which I'm going to capture and document that whole journey, which should be interesting. Stay tuned, do like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.